Lessons learned when you lose a major client. Have you ever got the boot? I have. G'day viewers, Jeff from Feast Gardening, Melbourne, Australia. Have you ever lost a client that represented a great, big, large proportion of your turnover? It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts financially, it hurts emotionally, it doesn't help the confidence, and you've got to try to get that work back again. Well, it's happened to me a couple of times, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. But the biggest thing about all of this is you've got to prepare yourself. Look, things are not always forever, and I've fallen into that trap and I've made a few mistakes, as I did in these two stories I'm going to tell you about. Now, in my business, I run a small customer base. In other words, 20 to 30 customers, because I don't have to deal with a lot of people. They represent a fair turnover for each customer, and maybe 2 or 3 represent probably half of my turnover, like 30 or 40% each, maybe a little bit more than half. And it's worked well for 30, nearly 4 decades. It's really worked well for me. I didn't want to deal with 120, 150 customers. Those 20 customers get me more than I would if I had the 150 mow and blows, for example. But I've got to deal with all those people, and I don't like doing that. Hard enough getting out doing the job without worrying about everybody else. That's me. Now, everyone else is different. You know, we all run it differently. But for me, that was the only way it was going to work with this small customer base. Looking after this office complex for 25 years. It was run by a general manager, and they had a facilities manager. And what they would do, they would organise all the works. But because I've been doing it so long, mowing the grounds, doing the gardening, 50 visits a year, 5 to 6 hours each week, it was a magnificent contract. It wasn't really a contract, it was a handshake. And it was no worries. I went through a lot of different facility managers, same general manager. But the bad story come, and this is where I failed dismally. The new facilities manager come along. He wanted to be in charge. Now, I'm responsible for this. What do you actually do, Jeff? There's a red flag. We should know. And are you going to retire any time soon? I'm going, no, mate, I'm not. Well, don't you think I'm doing a good job? Oh, yeah, we're doing a good job. And I thought, there's another red flag. But anyway, we just kept going along, and he said, oh, listen, we've employed a maintenance guy who's going to just do all the odd jobs around the office complex. And what we thought we'd do is get him to do the gardens as well. We want you to keep doing the mowing. And I'm going, yep, okay, I'll go along with that. I had to, didn't I? Another little red flag. I should have, you know. And yes, I know everyone's, I would have told them to shove it. Well, when you're talking, 50, 60 grand, you're not going to walk on that, are you? And you've been doing it for that long, and you fall into that trap of being complacent, which obviously I did. So the grounds went downhill quickly. General manager after 6 months, in fact, he went on leave, long service leave for 6 months, come back and said, can you fix all these garden beds up? Because they're looking terrible. So did it all. Everything was going well. General manager decides to retire. So the facilities manager couldn't wait. Jeff, we're going to buy our own ride-on mower. That's it. What do you mean that's it? He said, 25 years, I said, and that's it, is it? Yep. And I was thinking, God, what am I going to do? Now, fortunately, 18 months ago, I quoted for an office complex. I didn't get the job because I was too dear, but they rang me back and said, the cheap guy's not doing a good job. Who would have thought? At any rate, they said, are you interested in re-quoting? Now, if you're in that position, you think, I've got to get that job no matter what. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in cheap, aren't I? No. What I did, I held my ground. In fact, I put the price up because in 18 months, my cost of running the business increased. So I got the job, and I still got it to this day. Fantastic office company. So that replaced it. Gee, I was lucky. The second one I lost a major client was a totally different situation. Racing club, had race tracks, and they had 20 tabarets, which are hotels. I was looking after 2 of them, and 20 years, I think, was looking after them. The boss comes along, he said, now listen, Jeff, we're going to consolidate. We only want to deal with one person for all our tabarets. Are you interested in doing them all, 20 of them? I said, no, I can't. I need to employ people. You see my previous video that I'm not a big fan on employing people. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but for me it was. And using subcontractors, it would be too much stress. I said, look, no thanks. They turned around and said, we quite understand. We'll get our major contractor to do everything. But what we'll do is we'll give you 8 weeks. 8 weeks they gave me, which allowed me to find replacement for that particular contract, because that was worth a lot of money too. So there was the difference in the two ways that happened. Lessons learned. Well, second one, well, that was no lesson learned because that was straightforward. But the first one, I failed to communicate to the facilities manager. Yes, he was a stubborn little, you know, in fact, you wouldn't believe, after 6 months, I rang back, any chance of coming back and doing the gardens. I can't say on YouTube what I said to him because I'd be banned. Yeah, can you imagine what I would have said? Yeah, sweet talking for sure. And I should have communicated better with him. I should have educated him better, perhaps. Perhaps that would have made a difference. But more importantly, what I should have done, I should have activated my advertising program for the commercial jobs, those commercial jobs that I wanted to target. Then when I got those up, I could have turned around to this facilities manager and said, you can stick your office complex where it belongs. Anyway, I didn't do that. So, but what I'm trying to get to is, when you've got long-term contracts, it's never forever. 25 years you would think, but nothing is ever forever. So always communicate well with your, and commercial is so much different to residential. Commercials, you're dealing with different people, changing of people, people that don't care, people that want to be the boss. It's not their money, so they don't care if they make poor decisions. And that's what happened to me. He made poor decisions. But the thing is, when you do commercial work, just be prepared. It's a different kettle of fish. It's very rewarding, but you just got to keep your wits about you. So look, a bit of a different subject, but it's something we'll all come across. And it may even happen to you residentially too. I'd be very interested in your comments. And please subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's our last day of autumn, nearly. 21 degrees, but a lot of rain coming. So winter next week, and things are going to change. Starting to rain now. Rose pruning season starting soon. Although you wouldn't believe it, it's still blooming, but because I've got so many roses to prune, I have to start now. So I'll be producing a video in the next few weeks about pruning roses. You might be interested, you might get something out of it, you might not, who knows, let's see. So that's going to come up soon, the way I prune roses, the simple way, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, and please share and like, and catch you girls and guys later. Bye.